In 5, 4, 3, 2.
He's so extra.
Hold on. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a special podcast today. The No Way Out has returned in full effect.
Hello, world.
Nuke.
More.
Nuke is back,
I'm
ladies
back,
and
y'all.
gentlemen.
It's on.
She is back.
It's on. Let's do this.
She is back and ready to be black.
Real black.
Nuke, how was your weekend and how was your week? You busy?
My week was busy, as usual.
You know I be telling everybody, like if you listen to the podcast, the No I Don't Know podcast, the one I be doing with myself, man, that shit be funny. I be trying not to laugh, but you know how to be saying it in the beginning,
What
right?
are you telling people?
I be like, yeah, shout out to Nuke. She can't make it because, she's a madam part-time. So,
you know not to believe anything.
I was like, so I just got a text from her. She said, I got to get these bitches is acting like they ain't got my money. So, I'm going to have to get on down
Pay me
there.
what you owe me.
Fuck you, pay me. That's Nuke, y'all. That is Nuke.
Oh, my Riri, you crazy. What's up, Warren? How you been?
Oh, man, Nuke, I've been
Seems
good.
like forever.
I know,
But
Nuke.
you've been holding it down.
But Nuke, you busy.
It's
Nuke,
okay.
hold on. We gotta get this out here. No, I have to say this.
Okay.
Look, y'all, Nuke is super busy. So for her to be able to come here and do this podcast when she's able to do it, I got nothing but love for you because there's motherfuckers that don't want to. There's motherfuckers that ain't got shit to do but take their thumb out their ass and still don't want to do shit.
Stop. I enjoy it.
But Nuke, how's everything been? Because I know you've been busy.
Just really busy, just all over the place.
All over
My
the
hands
place,
are
huh?
in a little bit of everything. So right now, a lot of big things happening.
Big things popping?
Big things popping, little things stopping.
Yeah, okay. No.
Yes.
Let me ask you. We gonna get it real quick.
Okay.
What you think about Jussie Smollett?
I am really confused by this whole
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
the theatrics. I don't know what's going on.
What about when he was like, "Don't worry about me. I'm the gay Tupac."
Right. What? Why?
Because that nigga he couldn't handle the $52,000 that he was getting weekly. So since he couldn't handle that, he wanted more money. So he figured he would stage an attack by white supremacists and use the MAGA as a proxy so it could build his brand so he can go back and renegotiate his contract with Lee Daniels and get more money.
Terrible.
That's basically what he was doing.
Terrible idea.
Ain't that crazy? What niggas will do for some money.
Yes.
First of all, people don't know he is black and Jewish. Even though Jewish isn't a race, it's a religion, but he's black and Jewish. And you ain't save your money. The money you can't make it work for $50,000 a week. I mean $50,000 a week. You can't make it with $50,000 a week. I know I can.
Right.
If you can make it with $50,000 a year, you can make it with $50,000. Man, I'll do it.
Not only that, but he has such a prominent role on that show. If he wasn't getting the pay that he wanted, he could just go somewhere else and create his own thing. Or I'm sure someone else would have given him a shot.
Nuke, this nigga was doing the first season of Empire. Timbaland was the executive music producer.
Right.
Y'all all was in the studio with Timbaland.
A lot of artists. Yes.
So it didn't cross your mind to be like, well, if I can't even do music with Timbaland, then maybe I can get in with one of his secondary producers.
Right.
And maybe I can use this to record my own little album.
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Start doing my own little shows and doing press kits. And
they had so many celebrities on the
that
show. You should have been able to make some type of connection.
Network.
Yes.
Lazy. And will use the system and then got everybody thinking that we a liar. But they done indicted him. So now his ass is going to jail. So that's what he get.
Here's another thing. Why didn't you let your attorneys and your management take care of that? for you?
Ooh, I didn't even
Why
think
did you
about that.
stage this whole thing?
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know. You know what it is? I think it be too. I think it be attention. Motherfuckers be wanting attention.
They do.
And they be wanting to be in the limelight.
Mm-hmm.
And they be wanting all the accoutrements that come with it. You know, just like at corporate America. I call it the corporate plantation. You already know.
Yes.
There's certain people that are just worker bees.
Yes.
You know, they just come in, they want to do their job and get it going. And then there's people that want to be seen working.
Yes.
And then there's people that work to be seen.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
And they're very loud. They come in. Anything they do, everyone knows about it.
Everybody
so
knows
know
about
it.
it.
Today, just today.
Yep.
Because you haven't worked all week. But today,
I'm sorry, that's funny.
I'm just saying, it happens.
Nuke, I think that first of all, what I didn't like about Empire was I liked the complexities of what they did the first season. Mm-hmm. But then I felt like, okay, Lee Daniels, you shoving it down our throat about the gay shit. Mm-hmm. And the LBGTQ element OP, they got white element OP's back. You notice, he was claiming this, I'm a gay black man. And I did this a couple of podcasts ago. I was like, you a black man first. Y'all stop using these titles like you just... When they see you, they be like, there's that gay black man right there. No, they be like, no, it's the opposite. There's that black man that happens to be gay.
Right.
That's how they view us. But we always want to separate ourselves from titles. Like, well, I'm Nigerian. It's always that way.
Yes.
Like your girl Issa Rae. And then the other girl, Yvonne Orji from Insecure. I get it. Y'all Nigerian, y'all proud, but it's always, well, you know, we Nigerian, we smart and all that. Then what the fuck are you doing over here?
Right, or we Dominican.
That
I'm not
bullshit.
Black, I'm Dominican.
That shit. Okay. And that's what brings me to my next point. Since you're not black, you're Dominican, then when it's time for black people to get what's just due to us, you don't get any of this, nigga.
Where do you fall?
No reparation for you. No ADOS. There's this movement by Antonio Moore. He's a lawyer. He went to Loyola Marymount University, UCLA, and this girl named Yvette Carnell. Well, not girl, she's a lady, and I think she was a professor, whatever. And they started this movement called the ADOS movement, American Descendants of Slaves. Reparations. What I like about it is everybody is gelling. Everybody's waking up. Because, see, conscious is at an all-time high right now. It's starting to make its way back. Now it's cool to be conscious. It ain't like, oh, he a nerd, he a weirdo. Now it's like, damn, you be reading, Because basically what we're doing is we're asking these politicians, what about black people? The reason why I talk about that shit is because if you look at it, Bernie Sanders was on the Breakfast Club on Monday, Nuke.
Really?
Okay, now I did a podcast last Sunday, right? And this brother that was in the chat room, because sometimes they be in the chat room, he was like, y'all really need to check out Nina Turner and Bernie Sanders is for black people and all this other stuff. And I had to keep telling the brother, look, all of these Caucasians and niggas that are running, they use these broad, ambiguous terms, like our brother Dr. Claude Anderson teaches us. If you read Black Labor, White Wealth, it clearly states when they say people of color, when they say minority, poor folk, disenfranchised people, they're not talking about black people. They're talking about everybody, and they're grouping you all in. And then when they give $100 billion to the minority such and such, and then that gets divvied up with Latinos and Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and everybody else, then you like, well, where the nigga shit at? Oh, well, we gave it to y'all. You guys are minorities, right?
Right.
And those
so
are the
check that box.
that's the rule that's what they do. It's called benign neglect, basically. We just ain't gonna talk about niggas. Now, you know I've said this before. On the books, I got a Black's Law Dictionary. You can look it up, etymology as well. Black means slave on the books. So yeah, technically we shouldn't be calling each other black and saying black because it means slave.
Okay.
You know, but damn all that. I'm gonna just keep saying black because that's how I can relate to my people. And I'm just happy that my people's waking up because now they starting. You notice they starting to see it. I know you probably see a little bit of it.
Yes.
We starting to wake up and see like, wait, hold on, think about it, New. Now it's like you can't just get my vote. Kamala Harris. We ain't had a chance to talk about that. You look at her. She announces she's gonna run for presidency during MLK's birthday. I'm watching you. Then you go do a little digging. You start looking, you look on internet. I listen to people like Tariq Nasheed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bitch, you been putting niggas in jail up there in Oakland. And you been putting black women in jail because their kids don't go to school.
And they putting her on blast.
Then she goes on the Breakfast. See, people are going to start realizing the Breakfast Club is going to hurt you and not help you if you're not thorough.
Mm-hmm.
Then she goes on the Breakfast Club and says, oh, well, yeah, you know, I do have an agenda for black people and bacon and all this other stuff. Okay. That lets me know when you start claiming that Indian, because Kamala that's an Indian, that's not a black name or a Jamaican last name. That's an Indian name. I don't know what it means, but it means something in Indian. Okay. But she was having those same talking points, and I'm just like, yeah, we gonna get you, bitch. So then I started listening to Tariq. Then I started going on the internet and researching shit that she was doing. I was like, oh, this bitch ain't shit. You just another nigga trying to use niggas. And I went to Howard. I went to a black HBCU and all this other stuff. See, they do the Obama. Obama inherited over $450,000 from his white side, which I'm not hating, but you never told anybody that.
Right. And
you're Kenyan and Caucasian. You're not African American. So you're not a native black. Because your father's Kenyan and you're Caucasian, so you would never be in our class in the first place. But get to dancing and doing the Dougie.
Well, he's relatable for a lot of people.
So let me be relatable. But what did he do for us? It's people still defending Barack Obama. No, it's people still trying to argue a nigga down about Barack Obama. I'm like, that nigga ain't do shit for us.
Right. And the sad part about it is so many black people, especially black men, were killed on his watch.
How many times have we been talking about this?
Right.
No, we've been doing this podcast, what, 8-9 months?
Yes.
How long have we been saying this shit?
Yes.
And you know, people will still be like, yeah, you guys got Obama. He did such a great job. Clown. Eric Gardner, Oscar Grant, Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, Philando Castile, Freddie Gray.
The list is
Who else? Sandra Bland. Freddie Gray, they just straight DDT'd his ass from WWE. I'm sorry, but how your spine tore up? What was y'all doing?
Right. Too much.
So it's like, then one more person, your boy Cory Booker. Why this nigga going to Breakfast Club Nuke? I was going to text you and be like, what's wrong with these people? He went on there and they was like,
I didn't see this.
They said, what's your agenda for black people? Well, yeah, you have to have an agenda for black people because let me say this. You know, black people have been disenfranchised and he went all around it, right? And, you know, that's why we got to, then he started saying the people of color. Which brings in Latinos, Dominicans. That's the same talking points.
And they want to appeal to all of those
people
anyway.
Well, then you ain't getting our vote. Then you can keep it moving. So then they ask him about blackface, not on the Breakfast Club, on a different interview. So what do you think about blackface? This nigga was like, oh, well, you know, we have to understand. I went to a school that was homophobic. What the fuck does that have to do with blackface?
Right.
That's one. Then he was like, we have to look at it through the lens of white people and understand what their points and where they're coming from. I said, done.
Okay. Did he explain that?
There ain't no explaining.
But what did he say?
What? Then he rambling.
That's
babbling. Coon babble. Just coon, just coon ebonics. Just, you know, that bullshit. And that's when I would have been like, no, nigga, I don't know. So elaborate. Because, nigga, you're bullshitting right now is what all I hear. You know what I hear? Womp, 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 womp from you.
So did they press him on these questions?
No, they're not going to press him because they like niggas that cater to the Caucasian talking points. These people were placed in front of us. So that's two. Then you got people like Roland Martin going in on Tariq and going in on, not going in, but just like talking shit. Angela Rye, that's another one. Watch that tricky bitch. She was on Nick Cannon, because I got love for Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is thorough. You know, he be wearing a turban. He be on his more science shit tough. And he, you know, she was just like, you know, she has an arrogance about herself because she's an attorney. Bitch, you an attorney for their system. And you're working for the Democratic Party. When has the Democratic Party ever been about black people? They not for no poor and disenfranchised people. Let me tell you something. First of all, I don't give a fuck about poor and disenfranchised. I'm talking about black poor and disenfranchised people.
Uh-huh.
What did Bill and Hillary Clinton do? They're super predators. They're super predators, and they're domesticated primates. Let's just lock them all up. And then they signed the crime bill, and after they lock them all up, they didn't think anybody was gonna remember that shit. Then when motherfuckers start holding their feet to the fire, they're like,
oh no, people will dig into the history.
And then it's like, then she like, well, I got my hot sauce, y'all.
Yeah.
You know it's a fact.
Yeah.
Nobody pressed her about Hillary. Why would you say that Margaret Sanger's your hero when she wanted to genetically annihilate black people? And then people are like, well, why are you saying that? Here's my argument. If Warren was running for president of the United States of America and he said his hero was Hitler, what would you think them Jews would do to me? Lock me up and throw away. They'd be out. This is what they'd be doing. They'll be building a prison under the ground specifically for my black ass. And I'll be like, what y'all doing, nigga? This for you. So get a chef over there, nigga.
If you made it out of there.
If I made it out of there. Yeah. So when I look at that, I'm like, so those two candidates, done. Then I saw another candidate on Tone Talks show. Her name was Marianne. She was a Jew. Now, I'm not saying that she's for us, but Nuke, at least she did say, I feel like in general, black people, only black people specifically, at least deserve $100 billion.
I'll take it.
But Tone Talks pressed her and was like, come on, Marianne, you know that is not enough money.
It's not enough.
And she was like, you're right. She was like, you're right. He said, no, we need like 800 billion to almost $1 trillion. And then we need land and resources and woo-woo.
Yeah.
But at least she was the only one on record. And then
offer something.
The final person I'm gonna talk about, and that's it. We done. We moving forward. Your boy Bernie Sanders was on the Breakfast Club. Nuke. This dude. Now you know he been parading with Killer Mike for like the last 7 years.
Right?
Killer Mike. You know. Yes, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. You know. Charlemagne the guy asked him, so what's your specific agenda for black people? Well, he did the same babble. Well, black people, you know, poor people, minorities, disenfranchised people, and we got things we're going to do. Charlemagne said, well, what I really want to ask you is, Bernie, is do you think that African Americans should get checks? They should get a check written out to them. No, I don't think that. Oh.
He straight out said no?
So you don't think we should get any money then? Okay, so since we should get no money,
wow.
Done.
Well, at least you know where he stands.
Then Charlemagne the God said, well, what do you think about the other Democrats, the other Democrats using reparations as a talking point?
Right.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to talk about that. I don't know. Go watch it. Go watch it on the Breakfast Club.
He said he doesn't want to talk about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk. Because you know why? Because these candidates are used to cutting a jig, dug in, hot saucing, hanging out with fat hog head, boss hog niggas like Roland Martin. I can't stand that motherfucker, man. Those type of motherfuckers and Angela Rye, they so used to those people being placed in front of us because they put them on TV.
Right.
So we think, oh, well, they on TV. So
they're
we should listen to them.
Right.
They for us.
They're
No,
for
they not for us.
Right.
Their talking points are specifically for the Democratic Party. And then you know what and then Elizabeth Warren says, well, yeah, the black people should get reparations just like the Native Americans should get reparations. Bitch, they already getting reparations.
Right.
They got casinos, reservations.
Right.
And if you read the Black History Reader by our brother Dr. Claude Anderson, who's in Hidden Colors, it clearly states in there that Native Americans were responsible too for catching niggas and putting them back into slavery. That's why Native Americans don't never join our fight, and they always want us to fight. When Donald Trump, look, I ain't gonna lie, when Donald Trump was like, nah, fuck that, we building an oil a pipeline all through North and South Dakota. I was like, hell yeah, fuck them motherfuckers. Then they want to go on the Breakfast Club and talk this bullshit like we supposed to stand together. Nah, fuck that, man. Y'all can fight your own battle, cause y'all motherfuckers don't never fight our shit. And matter of fact, I want the yams, as Martin would say when. I'm trying to get to the yams, Native Americans, even though y'all not the real ones. Where's all this money at? Peel me, nigga. The casino money and all the reservation, all this other shit. Why we ain't getting none of that money?
Nothing. Zero.
We don't get none of that.
Nothing.
Nuke, I just want to ask you.
I appreciate old girl saying that she think we should get something.
Yeah, Marianne, I forgot her last name. White lady, she was a Jew, and she did say it. She was like, well, black people deserve more. And she did say other white people, whether they want or not, need to be educated on what slavery is and what it has done to this country.
Not only other white people or Caucasians, but we need to know.
And the liberals. Motherfuckers need to know. They don't know that. Most kids, when they're in high school, they think geometry, Pythagoras, this guy's a genius because that's what's placed in front of you. No.
Right.
The ancient Africans are geniuses,
Right.
not Pythagoras. He's a lying motherfucker, and so is Alexander the Greek. They all some lying motherfuckers. But anyway, those are the same people who gave you that Kurt Rambis, Paul Gasol perm press with the blue eyes on your wall, and almost every other black every other black church you're going to, you'd be like, so who is that?
Right. Yes. Listen, we used to have one.
What is that?
We had one on our wall. Yeah.
But because that's what's placed in front of us.
Right. So that's what we identify with.
No, what you think about Oprah interviewing? First of all, Gail interviewing
R. Kelly.
and then Oprah interviewing Michael Jackson accusers.
Right.
I feel like I said it on the last podcast on, I think it was Wednesday. I said
this is a circus.
we're doing their bidding. We're literally they're doing the bidding. That's what I'm saying. The system of white supremacy don't have to do a lot because there's so many Coons and Hayward Shepherds that do it for them. What you think?
I think this is all a distraction. Number one.
It's a fact.
I think there's something we're missing while this is placed in front of us. There's something going on behind the scenes that we're missing that's very important. Probably some bills being passed, some serious laws made.
Yes.
Something's going on. So really, I haven't gotten caught up into the whole
You ain't missing nothing.
Right.
Let me tell you
I don't
something.
have time.
Okay, if R. Kelly did all that, that's fine. But that song that he did, that remix,
Which one?
Let Me Know with Aaliyah, that beat is banging. I don't give a fuck.
He did
That
a
beat,
remix?
yeah, a long time ago.
Okay.
She had this song, Let Me Know. She did the cover
Right.
of Let Me Know, Let Me Know. Well, he did the remix. Man, that beat is banging.
So I heard they've been taking the music down.
Trying to take it down. Well, what happened is this. For every Harvey Weinstein, there's going to be 10 niggas they going to crucify. So while we up here cheering Oprah, first of all, Oprah, and I hope everybody send this to a bitch like her with her fat head too. How are you going to interview Michael Jackson's accusers, but you won't even interview Harvey Weinstein's accusers?
I've been seeing that on social media.
Because that's your boy, that's why.
They said keep the same energy for everybody
else. Keep that. Thank you.
Them. Yes.
Like Terry Crews. You see, they flipped on him too. Terry Crews was talking this toxic, black men are toxic masculinity, pandering to the Caucasian audience and to the what we would call, if you read Neely Fuller Jr.'s book, the dominant society. And then people like D.L. Hughley and everybody was like, clown. If a nigga grab your nuts in front of your wife, you should have took off on his ass. He'll be here you was trying to get paid. But how you gonna go against the system with no support from nobody else? You would have got more support if you'd have knocked his motherfucking bitch ass out. Then everybody would have been like, that's what he get because he shouldn't have been grabbing on his genitals.
I understand.
He was defending himself.
Exactly.
But you didn't do that. You thought you was gonna do it the Caucasian way, the dominant society way, and get you a lawyer and all. But it's their system.
Right.
It's their system. So it's like, and then once he saw, oh, well, this shit ain't working. I'm not getting nothing from it. Then what'd he do? Then he started talking shit to DL. Well, suppose I sock you in the motherfucking face. Why you want to get violent with him?
Right.
Well, keep that same energy with the nigga that was grabbing on your nuts.
Right.
Clown.
Yes.
See how we,
Yes.
You see how we, okay, like the Breakfast Club. They had that energy with Monique. Why you didn't have that energy with Hillary Clinton? But you had that energy with Monique. And that's why I've been saying this shit.
And Monique checked them.
Monique, I got love for Monique. I don't care what nobody say because now it's coming out about how Oprah is.
I do too.
She tried to tell everybody about Oprah and Lee Daniels and all those motherfuckers, and we didn't want to listen to that shit.
I was listening.
No,
she was way too passionate about
way
this
too passionate.
thing.
She was like,
something is here.
Why y'all not taking up for me? Basically, Oprah's whole ass and the rest of them wanted her to go promote a movie she only got $60,000 for, but got an Oscar for free.
Right.
I'll send you my jet. No, bitch, send me some money.
Right. I have kids.
Why do we do that? Why is it okay, Noop? say I'm Big Bruh from MacArthur Park. I'm the big nigga, right? I'm the big nigga. And let's just say we on the west side. We on the west side.
Okay.
Over there by Doolittle. I'm the big nigga. I come around. I got the jewels and my shit is on things. And you know what I'm saying? You like, oh, that's Warren. That's
Right.
Big Bruh. He balling.
Right.
Now, and you know I got a crew. Now, if my crew is not eating, somebody's gonna turn on me and kill me.
Absolutely.
Because I gotta feed everybody around. Like Kevin Hart, everybody that's in Kevin Hart's crew is eating very well. Nobody's starving in his crew. You can tell. Because by now somebody would have came out and talked shit about Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
But haven't you noticed that Oprah is just Gail, right? It's just Gail. Gail does the pandering too. But as far as when you look at Oprah, it's like, how do you have that energy for Michael Jackson's accusers, but not even for the nigga who's on tape pressing bitches for some pussy?
Right.
I mean, literally taking the pussy.
Right.
Like, bitch, he might as well just said, bitch, take your fucking drawers off or you ain't getting no part in the movie.
Right. And then here's the thing with the Michael Jackson, but he's not here. He's not here.
You know why? Because
why you wait so long?
you know that dude Wade Robinson used to date Brandy Jackson, Michael Jackson's niece.
Did I hear that?
Yeah, because she was on
Okay.
Tariq Nasheed's show. Like I
Okay.
was watching it, but I had a feeling. But see, bump all that. I'm gonna take you back. Wade Robinson was in a group called Quo, and it was a black brother who was Asian and black. He's married to Regan Gomez. Regan Gomez was in Parenthood. Parenthood with Faison Love and Robert Townsend and them. Well, she was the daughter on there. Very, very pretty sister. So, and she's married to him. Well, he don't fuck with Wade Robinson. Wade Robinson was in that group called Quo. Wade Robinson was on Picket Fences with Don Cheadle. Go look up Picket Fences. Go look it up. And he was Eminem before Eminem. He was Eminem in the early 90s. Yeah, word to your mother and all this other, because he was Michael Jackson's artist. Michael Jackson groomed him.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you ran out of money. So now that you don't have any money, now white privilege kicks in. Now it's, I'm gonna use my white privilege because the system don't like Michael Jackson. Now you testified that none of that shit happened with Michael Jackson. No, that's because you were in Michael's good graces,
Right.
and he's helping you out. Now Michael's dead. Now you like, fuck that. I didn't get a Circus Dole show because he was supposed to be the choreographer for it. They said, no, you ain't doing it. Okay, well now fuck y'all. I'm about to tell my own story. Talking all this bullshit. Fuck that motherfucking white boy, man. That's what they do. White privilege at its finest. They will all
Like Seeley.
like Mrs. Garrett on Different Strokes, except the black version.
Stop.
Put it in the theaters and made so much money. That was copyrighted. That's why they didn't like Michael, because he was a genius.
On top of it.
So got me crazy, got me going so crazy right now. Michael Jackson was like, yeah, bitch, I'm going crazy too with all these checks I'm getting. Because he owned half of Sony. And this is why I got all this love for Michael. Michael shut down Times Square and said, Tommy Mottola is a racist.
He said that?
And Tommy Mottola was the head of Sony Records. He was the head. He was the fucking head man. He was a nigga that married Mariah Carey.
Right.
And Irv Gotti is on record saying he called him a nigga.
Oh, okay.
This is what they do.
Okay.
So Michael Jackson was not lying. You are a racist. And they didn't like Michael because Michael owned half of Sony and he do what the fuck he wanted to do.
They had to get rid of him, huh?
And they had to get rid of him. Like they had to get. That's why they fucking with Chris Brown, because he owns his masters too.
Man, that's listen.
And that boy
I do not condone domestic violence.
He didn't do that. It came out. He didn't do that.
He didn't. Okay, that's good.
The
But
rape
listen,
shit with that girl.
I ride with Chris Brown.
Okay, look.
That's my boy.
Let me tell you
I
something.
love him.
We're not off topic, but I'll tell you this. With that shit with Rihanna and Chris Brown, look, I'm gonna tell you this. Rihanna was socialized on that Caucasian side of the game, because this is something that's different from these islanders compared to homegrown United States of America people in general. When they know they've pressed and bopped the nigga upside the head with a phone and did all these things, bitch, you know you finna get bopped upside your head. So You can't go running
Keep
to the
your
police
hands
talking
to
about.
yourself.
Yeah, you can't go
Right.
running up to the police talking about this nigga, and you knew you could have ended his career. And what made it even
That
worse,
was bad.
the bitch was fucking all kinds of other niggas after she stopped dealing with him, which allows me to say, so you was a hoe anyway. So you mad at him because you found numbers in his sidekick's phone, his phone of other bitches. He's Chris Brown.
Right.
So you should already know that.
Mm-hmm.
But then she damn near ruined his career.
Yeah.
And then just went on about her way like it was nothing. And then she fucking this nigga. Then she fucking a nigga from the Dodgers. Then she fucking this other. It's like, damn, this bitch act like a Kardashian. It's like, god damn. And that's what happens. And now that he owns his own masters, they're going to be fucking with him too. Just like Sierra. They're going to be fucking with her too.
Oh, yeah, because her husband purchased
Boss
hers.
move.
That's right.
Boss
Yes,
move.
That's right.
That's a bold. I'm
Yes.
proud of him for that.
Yes. Yes.
Only thing I got to say with Sierra is if you don't love Future, then stop going on Instagram and talking shit about him.
Is she
Because
still talking about him?
I'm just tweeting about him. My thing is, if I'm with a woman and she's publicly going at him and we in the public eye and we can't handle this
That's not
behind closed
cool.
doors, then y'all still fucking or want
That's
to
not
fuck.
cool. There's still some emotions.
It's just
Something's
some
going
emotions.
on.
Thank you.
Something's
Because you
going
shouldn't
on.
want to be arguing with no motherfucker like that.
Right. You don't have time for that. You have kids and a husband.
You too busy counting your money from your masters that you own.
Right. Right. And leveling up. Right.
Leveling up. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Monique, Monique, I heard she doing good. I would like to go see
I want to
Monique.
go see her show.
I want to go see
I wanna
Monique.
Go see. Yes.
Cause she was right. But you know what? I always was looking at Oprah kind of suspect because I kind of was just always like, as her show got bigger and bigger and bigger, and I was just kind of like, as it got bigger, she stopped talking about the real shit.
The real issues.
Why is it Phil Donahue had Dr. Francis Cress Welsing on there, had the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, had Khalid Muhammad on there, but she never had any of these individuals on there. She had Jane Elliott on there. That's a white lady though. It's easy to have a white person on there speaking about racism. That's why I don't like Tim Wise.
But she was doing that for her base.
Exactly.
That's why.
I
She was
don't.
appealing to her base.
I ain't never really been a fan of Oprah like that. I just feel like when the bitch built the school in Africa and you live in Chicago, I said, oh, this bitch ain't shit.
And there was some drama in her school too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I heard there was some major drama over
Yeah,
there.
I think it was some like a pedophile ring going on at her school, just like the Catholic Church. So keep that same energy with the Catholic Church that y'all got with R. Kelly. That's a fact. All you fucking Ash Wednesday motherfuckers, man, you don't even get, you don't even want to go there. You don't even want to go there.
Right.
I'm a Catholic. Well, since you're a Catholic, then why don't y'all hold these Catholic priests accountable for booty busting these little boys and fondling them?
No, where's the security? What's going on?
Ain't no security.
Don't nobody see anything.
Because the Catholic Church has so much money and they got so much red tape around them, nobody will fuck with the Catholic Church. That's why. And plus, the Catholic Church ain't black. Now, if that was the Church of God in Christ, would the Church of God in Christ be bullshitting too and stealing and doing all kinds of shit too? But the Church of God in Christ ain't that big, so that's probably why they don't fuck with them. Is if they don't fuck with the Baptist churches or the AME churches, because they're churches, they're not big. None of those churches are as big as Catholicism. The only church that could rival that is Islamic faith. But they will never fuck with either the Nation of Islam or Islamic faith, because you'd have 1 trillion Muslims putting bombs on them, and they don't give a fuck, and they
are
will
about
blow
that life.
up some shit. So that's why I'm like, okay, I get it. I just don't understand why people don't have that same
It's too
energy
bad.
with everything else. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
I like that. Damn,
I
man.
do.
Just like it bothers me. I said this on a podcast before, and we talked about it. How on one of those shows, when the doctor was like, maybe we should go do voodoo. I don't do no voodoo.
These facials.
I don't do no voodoo. I was a Christian. Right. You're a Christian. Right. You probably don't even know who wrote that Bible,
Right.
the King James Bible. You know, people don't know that Shakespeare wrote that Bible. There's so many Bibles, but Shakespeare was one of the original authors behind the Bible, him and King James. And people don't understand the logic behind it because they took certain things out of it. And the reason why I say that is because I have the book right here. The Ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead. This is going to tell you where religion came from. This is going to tell you how, how they believe in reincarnation? Mm-hmm. They believe in the transmigration of spirits. Mm-hmm. That's why they would bury them and mummify them. And they would, believe that, okay, we preserve certain organs. Your spirit doesn't die. That's where Iana Van Zandt probably gets energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. Uh-huh. The Ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead. And if you notice, the pictures on here are nice and dark and bright. Especially, why? Because the Caucasians who wrote this book, because we don't respect nothing unless a Caucasian wrote it. If a nigga wrote it, we like, it's a nigga that wrote it. Right. And then if we be like, it's a Caucasian. It's a Caucasian? I got to go get that book. Mama, go give me that money in there so I get that book. White man wrote it.
4 of them books.
Give me 4 of them books. They was basically saying that the Greeks were the ones who lightened up the Egyptians because they were dark. This is before Greece was able to infiltrate Egypt, according to what certain books have said. And this book is a great book, and it just talks about religion, how the Jesus story was told a lot of different times. It tells you about how, Horus is like Jesus, and Dionysus is like Mary. It's crazy. I can't remember all of it because it looks like it's a short book, but it's a long ass fucking book. But it's crazy. Okay, it's a crazy book. But that's why I just kind of look at people when they be like, "Well, I don't do no voodoo. I'm Christian." I'm like, well, do you even know who you don't think that's Jesus, right? But that's another story. Right. I feel like that's a part of the system of white supremacy too. So that's why even in this book, it talks about they dominate religion, they dominate economics, education, law, labor, sex, war, counter-war, politics. Right. No, I came up with this term, the Fab Five. Politics, corporate America, the NBA, the NFL, and I forgot the other one.
Entertainment?
And entertainment. In Hollywood, the Fab Five is all dominated by the system of whites. It's all the same paradigm. Right. Because in Hollywood, you can't really speak your mind or you ousted. Right. In corporate America, you can't go in that office and be like, I just feel like this is some racist bullshit. Right. Y'all be lying to everybody and playing games. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, yeah, exactly.
What do you think is their overall agenda? What do you think the overall agenda is if they place in all these? You got the R. Kelly shit. Did you see him break down?
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I don't know if it was a show or if he was really breaking down or a combination of both. I'm
fighting for my life.
Y'all killing me.
Y'all killing me.
I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids.
But you see what that white lady asked Gail? Oh my God, I was so scared for you. Were you okay?
Was not worried about him.
She wanted to be like, nigga, I ain't worried about that nigga. She wanted to say that like, I was not worried about him.
Did you see Gail sitting there like Robert?
You see how she was like,
don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted, nigga. For real. She was just looking at him like, okay, you done?
Yeah, that. I said, look at Gail. Gail was not, Gail wasn't worried about him.
I feel like they do their bidding.
But he, I don't think it was a good look for him trying to beat whatever the situation is with these women. And I have a daughter, so I couldn't imagine if it's the truth.
But it's parenting.
Right. And I'm like, well, not only that, but I was telling my husband, well, where are the dads? Where are the brothers?
Man.
Where are the cousins? Where are the uncles? And if you don't have that, me as a mother, I'm kicking in doors. I'm jumping on stage at the show. It's going down.
It's going down. And the whole crew coming with me.
Yes.
You know what? He knew who to target. These were disenfranchised girls who had lack of parenting, lack of guidance and leadership in the home. And there was a detachment. Because, we've all been teenagers. And around that, I would say 13 to 16 age, you become detached from your parents.
Right.
And you don't really want to hear you don't really want to hear what they got to say. And that's when predatory framing comes in. And predatory thinking comes in easy. It's very easy to rest haven on a 14, 15, especially a 16, because that's when hormones are raging, and be like, well, I'll fuck with you. You know, I can see if, like he said, a lot of those parents were giving their children to
Basically handing them over.
him, knowing what happened with
You brought them
Aaliyah.
to my show.
Thank you. And then said you want me to make her a star. So you didn't think I was gonna test out the goods before I make him a star?
Listen,
I think
and that's an experienced man messing with a little girl. He gonna blow
her mind. Thank you. And I'll just say this. In other countries, that's normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just
Back
like
in the day, that was normal.
let me tell you something. That's just that's the system. That's the United States of America Incorporated. They are the reason why you can't have more than one wife, because in Africa, that's how niggas was doing it, because niggas was thorough like that. It's a fact. Niggas was doing it that way. Like, well, that's my harem, but here's the difference. Women stayed in line because you couldn't choose up. Like, if one of my women went and started fucking with another king, well, he gonna let me know. Mm-hmm. Hey, this bitch is out of pocket. Mm-hmm. So what we about to do? Stone her in front of everybody? Mm-hmm. Well, what you want to do? Because niggas was on cold.
Right.
You know the United States of America Incorporated, man, please. Because if it was more about that and less about money, half these people that are in leadership wouldn't even have women.
Right.
Because they don't have leadership anyway. People think being a leader in corporate America is being a leader in real life. It's not being a leader. It's just, it's the Matrix. It's not real. And when you look at the R. Kelly thing, nigga, that's bad parenting from fathers.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, man.
Yes.
Just like Aaliyah, no diss, man. No diss to Aaliyah, nothing like that. But it's like, damn, where was your dad at?
Right.
Where was the mom at? Where was that? What? Come on.
Right.
I don't care how cool he is and how safe he's making you feel. That's a grown man.
That's a grown
man. And to me, when I was at church, I had a lot of kids up under me. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you something. I had a lot of kids up under me at one time. Wasn't no single type shit. Except my little brother Keon, that was it. But the majority of the time, I was around all my cousins, and that's a fact.
Right.
I'm around all my cousins. I couldn't just be like, well, let me just take my girl cousin with me. No. That looks suspect in the fucking.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or oh, that's my cousin's friend. Oh, you my cousin's friend? How old are you? Oh, you 16? Okay, cool. You can come through and kick it. No, that's gonna look suspect. Right. No, and everybody gonna come kick it.
And none of the parents stayed at these sessions at the studio to see what was going on. You weren't there. Because
they wanted to make some money. That's all. Because we will sell ourselves for money. That's what the system is. That's what capitalism is about, Nuke. Mm-hmm. Look, everybody has to have a Tesla. Everybody's got to have a Beamer or a Benz. Everybody has to be the flow show motherfucker. You can't just be you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got to look a certain way and act a certain way.
Right.
And if you don't look a certain way and act a certain way, motherfuckers act like, oh, you ain't got no status. When really, I be laughing because none of these niggas got no status.
Right.
We don't have no status.
At the end of the day, right.
It's their game. So but that's how we feel. So when we see opportunities like R. Kelly, shit, we'll prostitute our kids out, our mom too, whoever you want. Who you want?
Granny.
You want Granny too? Oh, you like old bitches? Granny. Ara said he wanted to holler at you. He got some Geritol and everything for you. And shit.
That's too bad.
I'm telling you, Nuke, I just think that it's sad because we have all this energy for R. Kelly, but we don't have this shit for all these other pedophiles and all these other people.
Right. And not only that, but we're so focused on R. Kelly and Jesse and all this, and what is it? Flint still don't have water.
They ain't got no water.
There's still a bunch of black kids missing. Going missing.
Organs.
Every day.
Still in their organs.
Right.
Well, because you have to understand, David Rockefeller had 8 heart transplants. He just died. He had 8 heart transplants. How do you have 8 heart?
Right.
8. How do you have that many? Because last name, Rockefeller, who was a part of building the Federal Reserve. Any nigga over the age of 30 who think that the bank money comes from the government, you need to get a book and you need to read it. You need to go on YouTube and look up a few things because that's not where the money comes from. And we are so deaf, dumb, and blind. Anything that's put in front of us, we just go with it.
Right.
It's like we just go.
We don't take our time to investigate anything.
And we fight everybody else's shit but our own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we go against motherfuckers. I'm like, damn, okay, y'all. I mean, literally, what was it? Oxygen? Oxygen is owned by Disney. Oh, okay. Was it Oxygen that did the R. Kelly documentary? Was it Oxygen?
I don't think it was Oxygen.
Lifetime? It was Lifetime.
Okay.
Lifetime is owned by Disney.
Okay.
Well, Walt Disney was a well-known racist.
Okay.
He was a racist. Everybody that's in a position of power, they are racist. So don't let people like Anderson Cooper with the no mustache having ass think that he your friend, because his grandfather is Cornelius Vanderbilt, who didn't give a fuck about no niggas, who just happened to battle Jeremiah Hamilton, who Don Cheadle's gonna be doing a movie on, and I got that book.
Okay.
So he's supposedly gonna be doing a movie about Jeremiah Hamilton, but I think that it is a distraction. You ain't lying.
There's something serious going on behind the scenes. We need
That's
to
some funny shit.
just really not get caught up in all this foolishness, because something's going on right under our nose. That's how I feel in my gut.
What do you think about primaries? You think we gonna still turn out and vote? I gotta ask you this. Do you think? Hey, did you hear about that? Did you see that dude? That dude that was a state senator,
No.
Atkinson.
Oh, I heard about him. I didn't see
Disappointed
it, but
in my family. Now remember, he was. Look, man, you gay, you straight. I don't trip off all that because we a team.
Right.
But when you start caping for them, now who got your back now? As all those white people
Run
was
back
giving
home.
you, and all those people was giving you hugs like, bye, nigga. Stealing campaign funds. What's wrong with us, man? That's a second nigga.
We have to know that eyes are on us at all times. You cannot be so. First of all, don't do it because you know it's not right. Let's start there. Where's our ethics and morality and all of this good stuff?
Why do we think we can get away with stealing money? Why? Because they steal money?
Right. You can't do what they do.
We thank you. Why are people trying to do what they do? We see them with a Tesla, so now we got to go get a Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
This the people that got Teslas, but I'm just saying.
Right.
We see them with a Tesla, we got to go get it. But we're the ones who make everything cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
When they see us in it.
When they see us in it.
Right.
But I just be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What the? What?
Yeah.
That's twice. Because first it was Ricky Barlow, but I'm sorry, no diss. Now,
That's a bad one.
no diss. I met Ricky Barlow a couple of times. Oh, his old bald-headed ass was an asshole. He was. He felt like he was a part of the aristocracies of the world. Like he was a part of the royal ruling class. Because that's what aristocracy means. Clown, you're not. You're nothing but a councilman. You really have no power, and one false move, and you out of there. Because when I worked at Doolittle, he was an asshole.
Wow.
Straight up. He just was an asshole. He didn't really speak. He thought his shit didn't stink. And now your ass is probably doing time on house arrest with a fucking pager around your ankle. That's what you get.
Wow.
Because I think we are not humble.
Mm-hmm.
We be on some other
put in
shit.
Positions.
Nu, you know it's people like that. I worked around people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you, Nu. I remember a bitch told me, well, don't you want to get in school? You don't want to just do what you're doing. You need to get in school. And I told her, if you still here in years to come, it'll probably be somebody white with no degree that you'll be reporting to. Now she's reporting to somebody white with no degree.
Stop.
That's what the bitch get. Because we look at each other like we ain't shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We literally get on the corporate plantation. It seems like when we all the corporate plantation, we vibing, we like, yeah, kidding. As soon as we get on there,
Stop.
bucking our
What is
eyes
this face about?
and poking on our lips, and because we want a butter
that's
biscuit.
why you should have been there. I wish you could have came to the red pill, blue pill.
Man, I wanted to see them so
they
bad.
talked about all that. Yeah.
I know they talked about all that.
they did.
Because it was in the theater.
Mhm.
Because I listened to the show after. You know what time I got home? I got home like at 7 o'clock. So I wasn't even. It was already started by the time I got home. I'm like, man, but they gonna come again though.
Yeah,
Was
are.
it crowded?
It was, but it should have been jam packed.
Of course,
It
it's not gonna
should
be.
have been.
Because people
standing
are
room only.
exactly. But was it a lot of young people there?
There was. It was a nice mixed crowd. Mm-hmm.
A lot of elderly people.
I made my children come.
What did they
yes.
think about it?
They loved it. They loved it. They were like, "Oh my God, I learned so much." Especially my son. He talked about the number 44. He kind of went into detail about something with the number 44.
Yeah, that's why Jay-Z album was 444, and every note was in the key of C. There's a certain because Jay-Z is the nation of God and earth. He's a God body. People don't know that. When you go watch The Breakfast Club, when he came out with Magna Carta Holy Grail, he had the chain on. He's the same, I think, is Lord Jamar. He's a Nation of God and Earth, which is a branch off of the Nation of Islam.
Oh, okay.
And they still follow the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, which those teachings came from Master Farad Muhammad. And that's where the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, that's how they know the circumference of the world and how many miles it is, how much water it is. The motherfuckers, that Master Farad Muhammad was a genius, dude. And that's where they take a lot of those teachings, red pill, blue pill, all them dudes is smart, man. They dope.
I like what they're doing because they're capturing the younger audience. They know how to get their attention.
Exactly.
And because the young folks in there, you could see they were just perked up and all
exactly.
So
because they know it is. Oh, I watch them all the time. Because they're one of the them, Black Dot, Professor Griff. They all, like I said, they all get the same teachings from Dr. Phil Valentine, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Hirwafa Kamene, Dr. James Henry Small. Everybody that you've seen on Hidden Colors, those are where they got their teachings from. But they got see, that's the difference on the East Coast and the West Coast. See, it's more conscious on the East Coast. West Coast is so much imagery. And if you look at imagery, it means an artificial representation of an object. Right. I'm talking about the etymology, the etymological root of the word. We're not talking about the Klebster's dictionary. We're talking about etymology speaking. It means artificial representation of an object. And growing up in LA, that's all you see is kind of like rims and clothes. I'm not saying you don't see that in New York, but I think it's just a different conscious atmosphere because those dudes is dope, man.
They are.
They dope.
And I didn't know they were twins.
Yeah, you know they was twins?
Well, I said they look really, okay, maybe they just brothers, but okay.
Yeah, they dope.
Yeah.
They dope, man. And I really wanted to go there and see it. I was like, man, by the time I get home, I ain't go.
They'll be back.
Yeah, they'll be back. Next time I'm going to go see him. Oh, now those dudes?
Yeah.
Knowledgeable.
They brought it. They were so upset that they had to stop. They wanted to keep going.
They dope.
They wanted to keep going. They was like, we have to stop.
Well, because they're putting, those people are placed on this planet for specific things. That's what and I know he probably, that's who you want to go to when you want them. You want to go to Black Dot. You want to go to, this dude, his name is Tahuti Ma'at Ra. That's where I got those pills from I was telling you about. He's a healer. He's like Dr. Satan.
You said pills. They don't think I'm on that stuff.
No, hell no. These are herbs for melanated people, for anybody. But he was talking about charts. And what is so funny in my numerology book, and then there's this guy, King Simon, who red pill and blue pill know. See, remember how I kept telling you? I was like, I don't like the fact that people be like, well, I'm a Cancer, so I'm such and such. Clown. Stop playing with that because there's a real science behind it. And if you don't know what you're saying. And you're misleading people. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's what I didn't like. Exactly. Well, I'm a such and such. I'm a Sagittarius, so you know woo woo. And it's like, wait, hold on. Because according to blue pill and red pill, which they're not lying because I've read this numerology book. I'm almost done with it. I've been bullshitting because I've been working on music. It basically states in there's moons, charts, days, times that all compiles into one. Like you got to know what chart, when you were born, what time. That's where numerology comes in. So numerology tells you the time and your numbers, and then your chart, you get that from another science. Then you put them all together. That's how you can read somebody's numbers and say, oh, well, you're a Scorpio, which means you're this and you're that and you're that, which is our science because they got it from us. But people be speaking and don't know it. But blue pill and red pill, they know they shit.
There's a gentleman that comes on a local radio station. I won't say the name on air, but they have someone who actually does that. So the people will call in. He asks them those specific
like
numbers
King Simon.
and all this.
Exactly.
And so he
wants your data.
That information.
I got the book. It is very. I got two. I had to get another book. Let me tell you something. You talking about a headache? Oh my God. I thought Ancient and Modern Britons 1 and 2 had my head hurt. That numerology book had me fucked up because, first of all, I'm not that good at math. Okay, you need to add your date of birth plus your month plus the year, the whole year. Then you chop it down. You carry the 1, and then that gives you your soul number. Then it gives you your personality number. Then it gives you your outer number. I got 2. One book by King Simon and one called a numerology book. And that's what basically, because the healer was like, he reads signs and stuff like that. And he was like, you have to know your chart. You can't just be speaking, well, I'm a Leo, so I'm supposed to be dominating and all this other stuff. Well, the Taurus bull, and all, okay, that's fine, but do you know the charts? Because that's confusing to me when I don't really know it.
Right.
But they know.
Right.
Red pill and blue pill, them dudes is thorough. Because
Right.
anybody that got that teaching like them, they geniuses.
And they take the time to break it down, and so you can dissect it.
Yes. So
did
they talk about
chop it
44?
up.
Did they talk about that number?
They talked about 44. They went into the science behind it, and they talked about the music industry and certain decimal. I mean, they were just. It's so much more that they wanted to talk about. Like
man.
They didn't even get halfway through their presentation.
Exactly. I know.
That's
they
how
don't.
deep it was.
That's why I watch them all the time, because they're that dope. Those dudes are dope. You know what's another dude that's dope? Brother Reza Islam from the Nation of Islam. He 28 years old. That nigga's dope.
Wow.
That nigga is dope. Y'all, whoever go check him out. When you listen to him, he's so captivating in his energy. He's not like blue pill, red pill, but the way he speaks is so dope because he's so brilliant. He breaks it down.
Wow.
The same way they do. When he'll break it down. The system of white, like one time he was like, the system of white supremacy is the case of the Jewish community, which is the Ashkenazi Khazarian Jews. He broke it, and he's not lying, because the Jews that we see, the Steins, the Bergs, and all that, those are not the real Jews. Those are Ashkenazi Khazarian Jews. The real Jews.
They're the offsprings.
Yeah, no, the Jews, the real Jews would be us. Basically, they're nothing but Caucasian folk pretending to be the chosen people.
Right.
That's all they are. And since they run the banks, everybody look at Jews like, oh, the Jews, because they run the banks. And it's true. It's their banking system. Until that banking system is corrupted from the inside out and destroyed, they'll always run it. That's why they didn't like Muammar Gaddafi. And your boy, not Obama, but Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and Bill Clinton were the architects behind the assassination of Muammar Gaddafi. And he was like, fuck them. I'll just back the nations. He said, I'll back the gold dinar with my nation's wealth, because Libya has hella oil, hella Himalayan salt, all the resources. And he was like, well, I'll just use my resources. And he was going to give Farrakhan like $1 billion. He was like, well, I'll just give you $1 billion so you can buy all the farm and all that stuff, because he loved Farrakhan. Then they said, well, if you take that money, you'll be a terrorist. Then he said, well, fuck it, I'll just back the Nation of Islam with Libya's wealth.
Wow.
It was like,
no, you won't.
No, you won't do that shit here. I'm just saying, these type of things are things that go on that we don't know about.
It's so deep.
Right?
Wow.
I'm telling you.
I learn something from you all the time too. I'm just like, I'll leave here with a headache.
Look. I'll tell you real quick. I had to take a break because so much information. You're mad, you're depressed, you're sad. So I had to kind of take a break or whatever. But it's a lot.
It's a lot.
The more you know, you don't know. And every day's a school day to me. So that's why I listen to Blue Pill, Red Pill. I like listening to them because they be speaking truth to power. They just be saying the real shit.
Right.
Matter of fact, let me tell you who. That's funny.
Facts.
You say that's a fact. That's a fact. Look, let me tell you. Red Pill, Blue Pill, they're the reason why I got this book.
Oh, okay. Oh, was that me? My bad.
No, that's all good. Nuke, where can they find you, and what you gonna be doing this week and this weekend? Because we about to get out.
Oh my goodness. So Monday is my birthday.
Monday is your birthday?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it somebody else?
It's somebody else's birthday.
Hey.
So Nuke, what you doing for your birthday? I mean to get on your business.
No, I have a masseuse coming to the house, so it's gonna be like a spa day.
Oh, okay.
At home, I'm just chilling.
Your husband better be there.
He won't.
Yeah, like I said, please, anybody watching this, Nuke is taking. So don't be putting no bullshit conversation talking about could I take y'all and all this other shit, nigga. Hear that shit?
You crazy.
No.
Yeah.
Man, we're going to have to do a birthday podcast for you next week.
All
If you're
right.
free next week, we're going to do a birthday podcast.
All right.
Damn that, Nuke.
Okay.
No. So
Yes.
no, that's good. It's going to be your birthday.
It is.
I hope you don't go to work.
So, well, I have to do that.
Ugh.
I know. But I'm doing a wine and paint this weekend. I am doing a mimosa and pajama party this weekend.
Okay. Nuke always busy.
I'm doing a little something.
And then, are you pimping those hoes? Because you know I done
yeah,
told everybody you was a
I
madam
gotta-
too.
Yeah, I need my money.
Oh man, no. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
And next week we gonna do a birthday podcast.
All right.
So we gonna try to do this. When we supposed to do it?
Thursday.
Look, shit, I
We
done
said
already
Thursday.
forgot. You better remind me.
Thursday.
You better remind me.
We gonna try
So
to stay on track
Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, so Thursday.
But wait. What are you doing? You have any big plans going on?
Nuke, working on music. I just
Okay.
be working on music.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you hear some stuff.
Okay.
I'll be on IG. You got Instagram too?
I
You
don't.
ain't got Instagram.
I don't.
Cause I be on Instagram putting my beats up there or whatever.
They keep telling me I need one, so
Yeah,
I
I'll
do.
be up there.
Okay.
I'm gonna start playing some of them. This Clown Ass beat ain't on there. This shit is old as motherfucker. But I got some new shit on there. But other than that, just working on music and chilling.
Okay.
That's it. You know.
I still want to learn how to play the drums, though.
I want to get a drum set, but man, I ain't
They
got no room.
expensive, though.
Yeah, drum set is
Yeah,
a
they're
grip.
expensive.
But I wanted to get a drum set anyway. Well, I'll talk about it off camera.
Yeah.
Hey, man, this is the No Way Out podcast. We got to go. New got shit to do,
Yes,
y'all.
thank you
It was
for
a
checking us
pleasure
out.
having you back, New.
Yeah.
Hey, if you out there fucking with your baby mama and you said that she needs you to go to the store and get some milk and you ain't just got milk, you done stop by your side bitch's house and she got, GPS on your phone, she catch when you get home. Guilty, nigga. You already know that's what it is. We out. Peace.